Good afternoon, guys. Erick All. Really excited about him. You guys fire away.
What stands out?
Very well-rounded skill set, size, athleticism, contributor in both the pass game and the run game. He's physical. We think he can be really an all-around tight end that can help us in all phases.
As far as the health part of it, obviously that's a big question.
Yeah, a couple of unfortunate deals for him. We're very comfortable with where he's at in his recovery and how he's attacking that, and we think that he'll be able to contribute for us, and we feel good about that.
I was a tight end factory. I mean, they throw them all up there. Is that a factor? I mean, the kids obviously.
Sure. So he's a captain at Michigan.
Right.
Before he even gets there, which is a big deal, and he goes to Iowa and he's having a hell of a season. And again, we've referenced obviously suffers an unfortunate injury, but they know how to coach that position. It's very clear based on the guys that are producing in this league, and we think that he fits that mold.
Has the kind of explosion of the tight end position in the NFL recently in terms of pass catching with some of the guys like Florida and Kincaid last year, has it changed the way you guys have evaluated that position?
I don't know that it's changed it. I think you're always evaluating it within the context of what you expect that person to do in your offense and who's already in your building. With a guy like Erick, I think he's attractive really regardless of what your offensive attack is. So he provides you some versatility that way. Certainly, we want guys that can run and catch. I mean, that is a major way for that position to impact the game, and he falls in that.
How do they complement, Drew and Mike?
Yeah, I think he really fits there because, as I mentioned before, he can be the F in 12. He can be the single tight end on the field in 11. He's got experience in wing sets, in multiple tight end sets where he's done a lot of that. So he's a guy you can play on the move. He can play at the point of attack. He truly is versatile.
Was that being the Michigan captain a big deal? You got more on offense, more on defense.
Yeah, I mean it's a big deal. That means something to come from a storied program like that and to have been given that honor from the people there that that his teammates and his peers. So we always are looking to add guys with high football character, and he fits that mold.
What does he do well as a pass catcher?
Yeah, so for a big guy, I mean, he's 6'4" and change, 250. He can move and separate and change directions. He's got a big catch radius. He attacks the football aggressively. He's tough to tackle. Really, you throw on his target tape from this year, and there's a lot to get excited about. And I think he can bring that to us early in his career.
Do you think he has a chance from a health standpoint to play this season? Is it too early to?
I think so. I can't sit here and give a timetable as to when he's going to be available to us. I just know that organizationally we feel comfortable about where he's at right now, and he's going to continue working hard to get back on the field.
Coach, when you spent time with him, was there anything you learned about him in that moment that you didn't know based on the reports?
I think it just confirmed what we felt, which was that we had an intelligent, super competitive guy. That's what you see on tape. To go from to have the experience in the two programs that he's had, you expect that. You see it on tape, and then you meet the guy in person, and it confirms all those things. So we weren't surprised by anything. He just let us know that we were on the right track.
What's important to Joe at the tight end position? Like what's maybe different about what he expects out of his receivers to his tight ends?
I mean, number one, we need really competitive guys who are trustworthy, right? Who are going to be where we expect them to be on time. That's a given. You have to be able to do that to be able to contribute in this offense, and I think Erick's going to do that just fine. And then it's always it's a plus when this guy can run down the seam and he can reach and catch, and he's tough to bring to the ground. You add that to the fact that we can use him in the run game, like I've referenced, and it's a complete tight end, and that's what he's going to be for us.
At that position, Dan, how important is it to assimilate quickly and pick up what you guys are doing quickly?
I think at all positions that's important. I think the tight end position may have more on its plate than just about any other because of how integral they are in the run and the pass scheme. They have to know it all, and they have to be able to function quickly within it all. That's why traditionally those guys are smart, high character guys because they need to be. And so he'll need to pick it up quickly, but he will.
How much was tight end a position of need, did you feel like?
I think we had three prior to this selection. We had three guys under contract that we feel really good about. You need more than that, and so it was certainly something that we identified as wanting to add to that group, and we're really happy that we get a chance to add Erick at this stage.
What do you think?
Is Erick aligned to maybe play more 12, maybe have in the past, or is that something that was in the consideration if y'all want to play more 12? You need to have tight ends who can do a lot of different things.
Yeah, it's helpful, right? You don't want to. It's good when you can have guys on the field that make you equally as dangerous in the run and the pass game, and we feel like he fits that mold. So, he'll help us in that phase. But the other guys we already have here, in Mike and Tanner, obviously can do a lot too. So we're just glad to add to that group.
Seems like James Casey's very big on trying to find guys that can do both.
Yeah.
Play attached to the line and go out and make catches. Is this a James Casey?
No doubt. I mean, I wish you could see James right now. James is fired up, and we love bringing these guys in large part because we know how James is going to coach them. James is an outstanding coach, and he's going to get the most out of Erick, and so we're really excited. Hobby, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. It seems like three of the guys, Tana, Gasecki, and this kid, kind of, their pass catches. It seems to me that's kind of the first thing that stands out of them. Is this kind of evolving into maybe what this type of Burrow's type of tight end is? Maybe?
Yeah, I don't know. I would characterize this player as an all-around tight end. And that's not. I'm not discounting his ability to impact the pass game. I'm just making sure that we respect the fact that he's a physical guy that is also going to help us in the run game. So he's just a really good player, and we're happy we got to add him.
How rare is the size, pass catching ability to block as well? I'm sure you guys had a higher grade on him than where he's at because of the medical team itself.
Yeah, I mean it's usually you're living in one of those two worlds, and when you find a guy that lives adequately or more than adequately in both, then that's a big deal, and he checks that box.
You met with him. Sometimes kids handle being drafted by the team that's the hometown team better than others. Some really blossom. Others kind of, it's a little bit of an issue. Was he all fired up about potentially playing local?
Yeah, I think he's really excited to come be a part of this organization. I think it's always helpful when these guys have a ready-made support system around them, but we would have taken Erick All if he was from Hawaii. You know what I mean? Like that's not we didn't take him because of that, but it's certainly nice that gets to come home and now be a contributor to his hometown franchise.